Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dipti. I'm an engineer turned teacher turned therapist, and most importantly, I'm a mom of two children aged 7 and 4. When I got to know that I was going to become a parent, I invested my time and energy into learning everything about parenting. And I thought I was ready for my child. But let me tell you, nothing ever really prepares you for the reality called parenting. In this video, I will be sharing 5 things I wish someone had told me before I became a parent. Because trust me, knowing these 5 things would have saved me from so much of stress, the unnecessary worry, and guilt. So let's get started. Number 1, your child's social anxiety is totally normal. I remember my daughter's first 2 years. She was extremely shy, always clinging to me, and she never used to be very comfortable saying hi to others or going to others. If I was there in the picture, she had to be with me. And I used to get a lot of, Deepti, if you're there, no, your child doesn't behave well, she doesn't go to anybody else. And that put a bit of pressure on me. So I used to worry, thinking, oh my god, my daughter is extremely shy or she's going to turn out shy. So I used to nudge her to say, go say hello beta, go say hi to them, give them a kissy. And over the time, I realized how wrong I was. Because it's totally normal for a toddler to not go say hi to others. By the age of 6 to 12 months, they learn to be wary of stranger, and there's a term called stranger anxiety. By the age of 1 and 2, they are still going to be wary around new people, and until they feel comfortable or they're seeing that person day in and day out, they are not going to go to that person, and it's totally fine. It's only around age 3 that children start opening up to new people, and if and only if they are comfortable or they feel secure. So what would I tell my past self? Social skills will come with time. Your child will interact when they feel secure. So follow your child's lead and not societal pressure. Number 2, the fear of missing out. FOMO trap. For the longest time, I was taking a lot of inspiration from Instagram accounts. And I ended up investing in a lot of toys, and I was enjoying that experimentation phase where we had all the right materials to support the child at home in their learning. And it did work. I'll be honest, it did work for quite some time. I saw children learning and the pace that they were learning. But there was a downside to all this. The amount of things that I had accumulated was drowning me. I had so many stuff that rotating the shelf itself became a chore. Every week I used to rotate the shelf. I used to bring them out from the cupboard, put up the new things and put back the old things. And this was taking a huge toll on my mental peace. I'll be very honest with you. And then I came across Mary Kondo and also Jules from Stories of Play. I learned that my energy, my mental health was taking a hit because of the amount of work that I was doing around the materials in the house. So I got rid of nearly 80% of our materials. The joy that I felt after reducing the items that we had at our home, it was such a relief. I was able to take care of things. I again started feeling like I was in control of things at home. And I didn't have to worry about what to do next, when to do next, and I could focus my energy on self-compassion for myself. That's a story for another day. It relieved me of the need to constantly plan and think of what I need to put out there to entertain my children or to keep them busy and away from screen. I've never gone back to buying too many things anymore. Like now anyway, my children have grown up, but I don't think I'll go back to that period of being influenced by seeing whatever I was seeing online and getting all those things for my children just in the hope that they are going to learn so much. So the lesson is, Dipti, you don't have to keep up with the Jonases of parenting. Number 3, the fear of future. I spent so much of my time worrying whether I was making the right choice for her or not, whether I was being there in more ways than usual, than normal. Because I was coming from my childhood where I felt I was not good enough, and it just kept going into my adulthood. And I didn't want that for my child. So every word I spoke, every choice I made, it was done with so much of intention and so much of calculation that it was draining me. I was burning out. And luckily, I came across a book called Simplicity Parenting, which really helped me to see things from a different angle about my parenting. But more than that, I think it was my son whose birth totally changed the game for me, because I realized I cannot be that hyper focused, hyper intentional parent anymore, because there are two children and my sanity is what is going to ensure that these children will have a good childhood. I cannot guarantee whether my child is going to have an amazing future or not. That is not within my control. What is within my control is, can I lie down extra 5 minutes early in the morning with my children when they wake up and have a nice cuddle, have nice laughs, and fill their cup with a lot of love and warmth and affection so that they can use that cup to go through their day. And for that, I had to fill my cup with things that made sense to me. So I uninstalled all the social media apps from my phone. And for nearly 1.5 years, I did not go back. And it was such a relief. And I still do not feel the urge to constantly go through my social media account, my page, and sit and scroll, because now I am in a place where I've invested a lot of time and energy into self-love, self-compassion. And that has helped me move away from this whole concept of worrying about whether I'm going to be good enough or whether my choice is going to affect my child in the future. And that's like a huge release. Number 4, stop stressing about their eating. When my child, especially my daughter, was born, she was born a little weak. And we had to keep her in the NICU because of certain complications. And honestly speaking, as she entered her solid food eating stage, she was a very picky eater. When I say picky, as in she used to eat very less. Not that she was averse to eating new foods or something, but the quantity that she used to consume was very less compared to a lot of children. And I was under constant fire to feed her more. And it used to again take a toll on my mental health. And what I learned was, I read this book, My Child Won't Eat by González. And what I learned from that book was that by the age of 12 months, a baby's growth naturally goes down. So their appetite also drops. So they become picky eaters. I didn't know it at that point of time. And I used to be always like, oh my God, my daughter is not eating. I used to compare her with her cousins' eating habits. And I used to worry a lot about what if, she is this weak because of me and me not force feeding her. But what I learned is that it's totally fine. Children will be fuzzy eaters at least till the age of 4 or 5, but we should be providing them with a lot of variety and opportunities to eat on their own. And that is exactly what I did with my son. I adopted the baby-led weaning method at home, and it made such a huge difference because I was no more worried about whether my son was eating or not. He was presented the food, he had the absolute freedom to choose, pick, eat as much as he wanted, and till date he is a good eater. And as for my daughter, she was a picky eater probably till 4, and after that I saw this drastic change in her where she was very, very happy to eat her required amount of food. Unless your child is visibly weak or unwell or drastically losing weight, there is no need to panic about their eating habits. We just have to learn to deal with our emotions and let it go. Take a step back and be calm. Forcing food to a child creates negative association with food. Instead, trust your child's instincts and their appetite will adjust over time. Number 5, how we respond to our child shapes their identity. When I was a kid, I remember tripping over, falling down, getting hurt, and my parents were there. And I remember my father getting angry and yelling at me, what is wrong with you? Can't you see properly and walk? You have to take care of yourself. Those are the messages. I don't remember the exact words, but I remember the yelling part. And I remember how scared I was because I thought I had made a mistake. And growing up, what it got translated to was, I still to the date, I do not share my hurts with my parents because I don't believe that they can take that pain, which may or may not be the truth, but that has made me extremely independent. Like, I do things on my own. I do not wait for people to come and rescue me. I'm extremely independent, which might look very good on the outset. Yes, it is, but it also comes with a downside. I don't know when to ask for help. And I don't even believe in asking for help. When you don't believe in asking for help, you end up burning yourself out. So now imagine your child is building a tower, they're very happy, and then when they are at the last step, it just falls over and your child starts screaming. When we go over to them and say, stop crying, it's not a big deal, I'll help you, I'll make it for you. Versus when we just go and address their emotions, oh my God, that's very hard. I saw how much of energy and effort you put into building this tower. It's absolutely frustrating to see this happen. Oh, I'm so sorry, darling. Do you want a hug? When I respond back in the second way, what happens is I'm not looking for solutions. I'm only looking to be there for their emotions. Before becoming a parent, even I used to focus solely on solving a problem rather than being there for a person's emotion, because when I couldn't be with my own emotions comfortably, how can I be present for another person's emotions comfortably? So how we respond is something that we need to invest our time and energy and learn so that we are present for our children. Instead of just learning their physical needs, we also need to look at their emotional needs and appropriately provide them with the right responses so that our children grow into becoming secure, confident, emotionally mature adults in the future. If there's one thing that I want you to take from this video, is that you are doing better than what you think you are. Let's break the cycle of unnecessary stress and guilt in our lives. We already have a lot of things going on for us. Let's support each other. And if any of this resonated with you, please leave a comment below. Thank you so much for everyone who stayed till the end. See you in the next video. Bye.